Pandemic, people resorted to buying fireworks from websites.
And this year, we've engaged in a very robust effort, in particular with 4 online platforms.
Cities like yours has adopted some long-teaching desist orders to the websites and certificates for Craigslist and offer up.
Hundreds and hundreds of offers for sale have been removed.
Yours says it's even more important to see fireworks sales this year
because of the ongoing drought.
Yours says people can get their fireworks fixed with the legal fireworks sale for San Carlos KFI.
The coach of the high school basketball team that threw tortillas at the opposition has been fired. Coronado High School beat a team from Escondido in a regional championship game over the weekend. Players from the winning side tossed the tortillas at others who were mostly Hispanic. The governing board of the Coronado School District met last night and voted to fire the coach. And the NFL says it fully supports Las Vegas Raiders player Carl Nassib coming out as the first active day player in the league.
The NFL announcing it's matching Carl Nassib's pledge to the Trevor Project. That's another $100,000 for the organization.
ABC's Kaylee Hartung says donations to the Trevor Project, which aims to prevent suicide among LGBTQ young people, have increased 50%, and visits to their site are up 350%. Nassib jersey is also the top seller now on the Fanatic Sports merch site. We've got a trouble spot on the 405.
In West LA on the 405 North, Santa Monica Boulevard off-ramp. It's an RV that caught fire. People were seen fleeing from the RV. So it has the number 2 lane on the off-ramp shut down right now. So 405 North, Santa Monica Boulevard off-ramp. That off-ramp is going to be partially blocked at least. The drive implications on the 405 North, slowing it down right around Olympic Boulevard. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss and Clearing on the 5.
All right, yeah, some real good news now. This could still make you late, so listen up. But this was the other huge problem in the morning here. North 5 going through the East LA interchange. In other words, North 5 to North 5, but affected all freeways going to that North 5. But we had almost the entire freeway shut down. Left lane was the only one that was open for a long time. So all lanes have been reopened. That's the great news. However, if you're coming up the North 5 down from the 605, expect to get real slow about Washington. It's still a kind of stop and stop starting at the 710, but getting through the East LA interchange, once you do that and get north of the 10, things will finally start moving for you. Also real slow again for a while was the East 10 to the North 5. So all that's kind of thinning out a little bit. Still a tough drive now, though as the North 101 West 10 merge, going to the 4 level, that got kind of popular as well. But again, all lanes open there. Injured in an accident, visit Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff KFI in the Sky.
Still working on the 10 eastbound in Fontana between Sierra and Cedar. All the lanes are closed. You're going to have to get off. You can use Valley or Slover. It'll be slow, but it will get you through this area. That police activity is still going on. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Day.
The Clippers suffered a heartbreaking loss to the Phoenix Suns in their conference finals game 2 after Paul George uncharacteristically missed 2 late-game free throws. Final score 104-103. LA trails 2 games to none. Patrick Beverly was able to show some optimism and even make a little joke about Ty Lue, too.
It's a good learning lesson for us. And I think that, we crack jokes. We call, Ty Lue Bill Belichick, all the adjustments he made. He's definitely going to find a way. And we're going to find a way also like we always do.
Game 3 tomorrow at Staples Center. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Are you worried about refinancing your mortgage only to find a better rate later? Introducing the No Regret Refinance from Network Capital Funding Corporation. Mortgage rates are near all-time lows, and Network Capital is now offering one of our lowest 30-year fixed rates ever, 2.375% with a 2.56% APR. With a rate this low, you'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Our unique process is fast, simple, and secure. And right now, the Network Capital 30-year fixed rate is 2.375% with a 2.56% APR. Now, today's low rates won't last, so talk to us about the No Regret Refinance today. Call the experts at Network Capital right now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. That's 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the Finance Law number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're right here for Los Angeles. Here for the inpatients, the outpatients, and the new patients too. Here to educate, one question at a time. Here to innovate through research and specialized treatment. Here to help with over 2,000 community volunteers. Here to heal with more than 250 locations in Southern California. It's why we've been here for over 100 years. And it's why we're right here if you need us. Cedars-Sinai, we're right here.
Your KFI Financial Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm. The Dow is down 14, S&P up 6, NASDAQ gaining 52. Gold is $17.95 an ounce, and oil is $73.99 a barrel.
The KFI Money Report is brought to you by Bay Alarm, now offering virtual security consultations using your mobile phone. Visit bayalarm.com to get protected today.
Sunny today has a range from the low 70s to the mid 80s, couple of degrees warmer tomorrow, and we are looking for highs back into the mid to upper 90s for the weekend. Right now it's 62 in Laguna Niguel, 63 in Yorba Linda, 61 in Pasadena, 64 in Malibu. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
And so it goes, sweet is laughter in a river of champagne.
Good morning, Bill Handel here. Wednesday, June 23 with the morning crew. The LA County Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to extend the ban on evictions right through September 30th of 2038. They are never going to stop the ban on evictions. Well, obviously I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it just keeps on going and going and going. Also, Vanessa Bryan has agreed to settle a lawsuit against the pilot and the owners of the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, her daughter Gianna, and 7 others that happened last year. Now here's a topic that we do very, very rarely. So I wanted to bring it to the forefront. And it is homelessness. Not a big problem here, right? Matter of fact, I'm going to do 2 segments on homelessness. This one and the following one, different takes. Different spins on homelessness and how to deal with homelessness. And this has to do with Venice, the Venice Boardwalk. Now, if you go to Venice, Venice is a really strange place. There's Muscle Beach. You've got the skateboards and the kiosks. And I mean, it's just a very unique place. And add the tents, the homeless encampments, and that really makes it special, doesn't it? With the trash, and you can't do much about homelessness because the law is real simple. They are protected. Actually, they become a protected class of people. So Mike Bonin, LA City Councilman, yesterday said, we're going to remove those homeless camps from the Venice Boardwalk by early August. And what's he going to do? Well, he's going to clean them out, and housing and services will be offered starting Monday to relocate up to 200 people humanely without threats of arrest or incarceration. And now here's the question. If someone is homeless and you can't use threats or incarceration and they just don't want to move, how do they clean that up? You can't throw them in handcuffs. You can't throw them in paddy wagons or throw them in the back of police cars. He went on to say the situation is intolerable and we must end it. All right, fair enough. Nobody deserves to live or die on the street. And at the same time, all Angelenos should be able to enjoy our neighborhoods, beaches, and parks, and we can do better. Here's the problem. How? And here we're talking 200 people. 200 along the Venice Boardwalk. How many homeless are there in LA County? I think the number is 60,000. Something absolutely astronomical. So they're going to find housing. And if you ask Bonin, where's the housing going to be? I don't know. But we're looking at options, including Project Home Key, hotels purchased by the city or county for homeless housing, as well as shared housing and permanent housing vouchers. I mean, the reality is, as I'm ripping into them, they're trying everything to make this happen. The problem is, whatever program is involved is a drop in the bucket. And as money has been poured into these programs, and they have, homelessness just increases. And it just gets bigger and bigger. And does that mean more money is spent? Well, with more money being spent, the homeless population increases even more. Now, this is a pilot program to try to get these 200 people off. But how about the tens of thousands of people? You have parks all over the city. Matter of fact, all over the county. Matter of fact, all over Southern California. And what do? People have an absolute right to be homeless. It used to be that they come in and go, you're leaving. And if you don't leave, we're going to put you in handcuffs and clean it out. You can't do that anymore. Now, I don't know if that's even the answer, because that's not particularly humane. So many people on the streets are mentally ill. The one person that I know who lived on the street, in fact, Marjorie, that's where I met her. Okay, maybe not. It was someone who was my brother's, and I've been talking about this many times, my brother's fiancée, that Marjorie did find her on the street. And she had no place to go. There were no programs available, lived on the street, and finally we found her some kind of Section 8 housing, with an enormous amount of homework. People don't have that. There aren't ombudspersons that can help. Incidentally, once the Venice Boardwalk is cleaned out and housing is found, the Bureau of Sanitation comes in and cleans each area. And have you ever seen a homeless encampment being cleaned out? They bring in the huge tractor trailers, because no one's going to touch this stuff, and they put them in big bins. Matter of fact, it's astounding how much garbage a couple of hundred people can generate. It's just, I just shake my head and go, well, how is that possible? Well, so here's a program, Venice sidewalk, and 200 people. And then they go on to all the other encampments. You drive along the freeway, and every place there is a dip, and you see trees in an area that is below the level of the freeway. It's full of homeless people. It's another camp. And then do you put porta potties there, which are used for all manner of things?
And at what level does it become a homeless encampment? 2 tenths, 6 tenths, 10 tenths? And it's crazy how fast they can grow.
Yeah. Actually, they've all become REI showrooms. All you have to do is go down the street. Okay, we're done. Coming up, the housing crisis again, but I'm going to talk about another spin on this. And this is a way that maybe there's some answer here. I'll share that with you. KFI AM 640, Jennifer.
Time is running out to sign up for health insurance through Covered California. Those wanting coverage to start in July have until the end of the month to register. Looks like the COVID lockdown didn't lead to a baby boom. The CDC says, in fact, fewer babies were born last year. And Frontier Airlines is adding a COVID recovery surcharge. So some passengers started seeing extra $1.59 a month now when they book. The company's website says it's to offset increased costs of things like cleaning planes. We'll take a look at your drive with VKFI in the Sky and the 710 next.
You're hearing a lot of commercials about refinancing your home. Various programs are available. Interest rates are going to go up because inflation is hit. So let me suggest 2 things. Number one, I would think of refinancing your home at this point. because you're going to kick yourself in the rear end if you try this 6 months from now, especially with interest rates going up. And I suggest you talk to Mark Tice of HMS Capital, who recommends you apply with his company, of course, but also with a competitor, any competitor. In other words, you apply twice, once with him and at the same time with a competitor. He's that confident he can get you the best deal. I've done 2 mortgages with him over 16 years. No appraisal, application fees of any kind. Call 833-255-5698. 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com.
HMS Capital Funding is a DBA of Golden Empire Inc. MLS ID number 2427. HMS Capital is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act. License number 4130360. Equal housing lender.
Fuel up your training sessions and outdoor adventures at Whole Foods Market. Get 25% off sports nutrition protein powders and supplements through June 29th. Plus an extra 10% off for Prime members while supplies last. Learn more on the Whole Foods Market app.
SoCal weather from KFI. Sunny today has a range from the low 70s to the mid 80s. This report is brought to you by Whole Foods Market. Let's see what's stuck on the 710.
It's going to be a big rig in Southgate on the 710 northbound just before Imperial Highway. Right lane's going to be blocked with this rig. Do expect a delay from the 105. And once you pass that big rig at Imperial Highway, it's going to stay congested all the way up to that ugly northbound 5 drive. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Boss, closure on the 10.
Yeah, boy, we're headed out to Fontana right now. We'll be out there in just a little bit. But what I can tell you is from the 15 now westbound out towards the 57, at least that section is looking pretty good. But more on this big closure coming up. Now, a little while ago, coming through Diamond Bars, a frequent problem in the same old spot is where the South 57 and the West 60 come together for a short period of time. Whole bunch of cars and trucks that just barely over to the shoulder. So the South 57 kind of slow coming down from, well, a little bit south of the 10. And West 60 now getting slower and slower even before the 71. But once you get through all that, things will be okay. Again, more on the Fontana section coming up. Injured in an accident. This is Superwoman, superlawyer.com. Jeff Ball, KFI in the Sky.
In Riverside on the 215 northbound just past Central. Injury wreck with a motorcycle in the 2 left lanes. Traffic jams up at Cactus and affecting the 60 westbound from about Heacock Street. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Banks.
This report is sponsored by Ashley Home Store. Black Friday in July. Preview the greatest sale in history at Ashley Home Store. Take 50% off plus 5 years interest-free financing. What? Only at Ashley Home Store. AshleyHomeStore.com. This is home.
Get sizzling solar savings now with Semper Solaris, your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Being veteran-owned matters. Here's veteran, founder, and owner Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day. Everybody did exactly what they said they were going to do, and that really impressed me. I've heard about Semper Solaris and found out that they were veterans, so I knew they were going to do the job right.
Declare your energy independence. Choose solar panels made in America. We get the job done right with esprit decor and honor. Add Tesla Powerwall and prepare for blackouts. Grab the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. No interest or payments until 2022. Call 877-211-5591. 877-211-5591. Or visit sempersolaris.com. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offers on approved credit. New customers only. Some restrictions apply. Expires 6/30/2021. CSLP number 978152.
Look, staying healthy isn't easy. Watching your diet, hitting the gym, avoiding stress. But a good night's rest helps boost your overall health and wellness. And it couldn't be easier. The new Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed is the only bed that effortlessly adjusts in response to both of you. The result? You wake up ready for anything. Proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. During our lowest prices of the season, the new Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is only $8.99. Only for limited time. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com.
Hi, it's Dr. Wendy Welsh. You probably heard the term quarantine 15, but the actual average American gained 29 pounds. If your weight got out of control, it's time to call West Medical and experience the Da Vinci X. This ultra-minimally invasive robotic surgical system gives hyper-precision to weight loss surgery and a faster recovery, and it's covered by most PPO insurance. Set up a free same-day phone consult today. Call 1-800-WEST-MED or visit westmedical.com.
I feel incredible because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Your results will vary depending on procedure selected and adherence to program.
Attention savvy investors. Are you looking to hedge against inflation and receive steady monthly cash flow? How about the safety and security of a real estate investment without the hassles of being a landlord? Maybe you should cash out of some stock market risk and volatility and take some money off the table. Instead, receive 10% annualized monthly payouts with bonuses targeted to 21%. NRIA is an industry-leading real estate development firm in its 15th year constructing strategically located, lower-risk, high-demand properties in unique neighborhoods based on supply-demand imbalance. Call 800-800-1414 to start your due diligence. A great fit for safety-oriented investors desiring monthly cash flow and diversification into carefully curated real estate. Learn more about the NRIA Real Estate Development Fund at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at nria.net.
Life is full of surprises, and one of the worst surprises you could experience in life is when you get into an accident and you're injured. That's where my friends at Sweet James Accident Attorneys come in. You see, personal injury is the only thing Sweet James does. They've helped thousands of listeners just like you get the medical treatment they really need and recover millions of dollars every month. There's no justice in accepting a low offer from the insurance company after your injury has changed your life. You're going to need help navigating the legal system to make sure you get medical care, vehicle repaired, and the most amount of money possible. And you won't pay a dime until they win your case. If you've been injured in an accident, call Sweet James for a free consultation. 800-500-5200, 800-500-5200, or sweetjames.com.
This is going to speak a lot more to that internal voice. You're not good enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not fit enough.
We all have that.
Is it your own voice?
Yes. Does anybody else hear my voice yelling at them?
Carrie and Shannon, keeping it. Can't get her out of my head. Weekdays at 10 a.m. on KFI.
And good morning, Will Handel on a Wednesday, June 23rd. And those employees at the Houston hospital system, the Methodist Hospital, who refused to get the vaccine have been fired. Or resigned after the judge dismissed an employee lawsuit over the vaccine requirement. Good. How can you be a hospital worker and refuse to be vaccinated for COVID? Explain that one to me. I'll show you. No one's going to tell me what to do. I wonder if they wear seatbelts driving into the hospital and say, no one's going to force me to wear a seatbelt. All right. Or a helmet. Right on their motorcycle. But I want to move back to Los Angeles and the homeless. I want to take a different spin on this. At one point, Los Angeles was considered one of the front runners in dealing with residential zoning. It was just a great place to live. Years ago, it was a good place to live, zoning, homeless, etc. But over the years, as homelessness started creeping up, then we had more density, and density came to be equated with urban decline. White residents resorted to redlining, racially restrictive practices to keep out black people as much as possible, keep out immigrants, keep out those who didn't look like us. And so here we are with this huge problem going on. Actually, today, the region has the fewest homes per capita of any metro area in the country. More than 75% of the land in the city, residential land, is zoned for single-family housing. And therein lies one of the answers. And that is, you take a single-family home with a good-sized yard, and you simply rezone it. And you're able to put a duplex, a quadplex on it, or a sixplex. Now, is that going to happen? Oh, there's going to be a fight. That's for sure. I mean, a huge fight. But what else do you do? Because all of these answers become incremental. And the design of the home for the homeless. And not only do you put additional housing they've already passed the law that if you have a home, you can put a granny flat on it. So all of a sudden, another family can move in. Made it much easier in terms of permitting and rushing through the process. And it's going to take a good long time. Except the fight is going to be in the neighborhoods where you have single-family dwellings where you paid a premium to live in a decent piece of land and put a single home on there. Because the argument is going to be, if all of a sudden next door you've got 4 or 6 units on effectively the same amount of land as yours, the argument's going to be, the neighborhood's gone to hell. And what are you doing to me? And would I move into that area? Probably not. I mean, I like my house on my lot. But the thinking has to change. Because the homeless housing is getting just far worse. And here we're not even talking about the homeless problem. We're talking about the number of people that have come and are coming into Los Angeles. With the cost of housing, people are still coming in. Figure that one out. People are coming in unable to afford living here. How do you do that? Explain that to me. You've got a family that's moving from insert name of city or state here, and they come out and you got a small family, and it's like you look for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house that would cost you $800 a month in Topeka, and all of a sudden that same house is $4,800, $5,500. I don't know what you do with that. So one of the answers, and as I said, it's going to be a multitude of answers. There's no silver bullet here. And one of the answers is multiple dwellings, increased density. And a quick word about, I don't know if we have much time, and a quick word about segregation. Is there segregation? Hell yes. So what's the difference between segregation now and segregation then? Well, segregation then was mandatory. Segregation now is voluntary. You go to Beverly Hills, it's 100% Persian Jews. You go to Glendale, it's all Armenians. And then you have cities like Detroit, which are overwhelmingly black. Do they choose to be in those areas? Yeah, because people we're a herd mentality. We like to be around people who are like us. Where I used to live in Hancock Park adjacent, it's a bunch of ultra-Orthodox Jews. With a honey-baked ham store on the corner.
That's controversy.
Yeah, I used to bring home my ham in one of those honey-baked ham store, from a honey-baked ham store, swing it over my head.
Like skip down the street?
Oh, yeah.
Like, look what I got.
Yeah, absolutely. It was very funny. It was very funny. Coming up, California school districts are awash with money. The problem is there are no teachers. And I'll explain that when we come back. All right, Jennifer.
LA County has started to swing a wrecking ball in the direction of the men's central jail. Supervisor Hilda Solis has written a measure tasking a team with tearing down the jail.
MCJ has been a bloody symbol and a stain on LA County that has caused generations of trauma, especially for Latinx and African-American Angelinos.
The Board of Supervisors approved the motion yesterday. Sheriff Villanueva opposed the measure, saying the board overstepped its authority and the closure will dump criminals on the streets. A summer series of blood drives in Orange County are set up to address shortages caused by fewer donors, rising crime, and other lingering effects of the pandemic.
The nationwide shortage is also being blamed on the return of elective surgeries, and many in-person events that typically attract donors are still being handled virtually. UC Irvine Dr. Minha Tran says on top of all that, summer is historically a slow time for donations.
We are a level 1 trauma center,
So as more people get out and about, there might be some increase in accidents and traumas and things like that. So we want to be ready for that.
Tron says Type O is always in demand, but any donation is helpful. People will get a $5 In-N-Out gift card and be entered to win a $250 Disneyland gift card as a thank you. In Orange County, Corbin Carson, KFI News.
The LA County Board of Supervisors has sounded the alarm warning of workplace trauma at the fire department.
There's no doubt that our firefighters are our heroes, but it's clear that they're also human.
Supervisor Janice Hahn says the toll of the job was made clear in the tragic shooting of firefighter Torrey Carlin in his fire station by a fellow firefighter 3 weeks ago.
The trauma that our first responders go through can have a devastating impact on their mental health.
Hahn supported a measure introduced by Supervisor Catherine Barger yesterday that
begins the process as it relates to the mental health needs.
It gives the fire department a month to come up with a plan to change the approach to workplace trauma. Chris Ancarlo, KFI News.
Delta Airlines says it's doing a lot of hiring to keep up with the travel surge across the country. The company says it plans to hire 1,000 pilots by next summer. The Biden administration says it won't meet its goal of having 70% of American adults get at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine by the 4th of July. In Florida, Pastor Marcel Davis is urging people to get the shot by going door to door.
I've gone to at least 24 funerals of people who've had COVID, but I often say I've not been to any funerals of someone who died from the vaccine.
White House officials say it will likely take several more weeks to reach the goal. And Disney World's planning an 18-month celebration to honor the theme park's 50th anniversary. Disney says all 4 parks in Florida will be part of the world's most magical celebration starting in October. The celebration will feature a number of new shows and experiences across the park. We've got a stall on the 5.
We do. It's in Boyle Heights on the 5 North and at 4th Street. Somebody broke down here in the right lane. This is right where we had our police investigation a little while ago. It is a rough drive on that 5 anyway as you come out of Commerce. KFI in the Sky is sponsored by injury attorney SuperwomanSuperlawyer.com. Bob, with that closure on the 10.
Oh, boy, if you just joined us here, we were out here a couple of weeks ago with exactly the same problem here. This going through Fontana and Rialto. The East 10 at Sierra is still completely shut down. That's where you have to exit. Now, little good news, if you just joined us, it's been open for a while, but West 10 at Sierra, all lanes are open. Now, both directions are backed up about 2 miles. It's not quite as bad as it was last time around. All the surface streets around here, they're quite busy, especially Valley Boulevard is very, very close. San Bernardino Avenue, Santa Ana Avenue, they're a little bit better. But freeway-wise, the East or West 60 or the 210. In between the 215, 91, and the I-15, they're not exactly great, but a whole lot better. Again, we've got about a 2-mile backup going in each direction. Injured in an accident, visit SuperwomanSuperlawyer.com. Jeff Barr, KFI in the Sky.
Riverside 215 northbound just after Central injury wreck now in the center divider, so the left lanes are reopened. It's still going to be rough, though, from Cactus on the 215 and the 60 westbound heavy from just before Heacock. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robin Bay.
The Dodgers went down in defeat to the San Diego Padres. Yesterday's score 3-2. The series concludes today with Trevor Bauer on the mound. First pitch at 7:10, live on AM 570 LA Sports or in HD through the iHeartRadio app. The Angels were blanched by the Giants 5-0. That short series wraps up at 1 this afternoon. Shohei Ohtani is set to start. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
Termites are simply partisan in Southern California. I mean, there's no way around them. It's not a question of when. It's a question. No, it's not a question of if. It's a question of when you're going to get termites. So let me suggest a way to really deal with it very quickly, and that is call the Pacific Coast Termite. They'll give you a free home inspection, and one of a couple things are going to happen. One, they're going to tell you don't have termites. Great news. Or they'll tell you you do, but it's early days, and they can deal with it very quickly right there. By the way, they treat without tenting. That's the magic of Pacific Coast Termite. No tenting. They can actually treat the termites while you're at home. And if you do have termites, that's a real easy phone call to make. Call 800-PACIFIC, 800-PACIFIC. Visit PacificCoastTermite.com, 800-PACIFIC.
Pacific Coast Termite, kills termites.
The clean, friendly way.
SoCal weather from
Are you worried about
KFI.
refinancing your mortgage only to...
Sunny today. Highs will be from the low 70s to mid 80s. A little bit warmer tomorrow. We're looking for highs back into the mid to upper 90s for the weekend. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Are you worried about refinancing your mortgage only to find a better rate later? Introducing the No Regret Refinance from Network Capital Funding Corporation. Mortgage rates are near all-time lows, and Network Capital is now offering one of our lowest 30-year fixed rates ever, 2.375% with a 2.56% APR. With a rate this low, you'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Our unique process is fast, simple, and secure. And right now, the Network Capital 30-year fixed rate is 2.375% with a 2.56% APR. Now, today's low rates won't last, so talk to us about the No Regret Refinance today. Call the experts at Network Capital right now. Call 800-500-1-HIT. That's 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the Finance Law number 603D787. An equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and may not be available at rate law. Discount points may apply. Subject to credit approval. Call 800-500-1448 for additional cost information.
Where do SoCal drivers go for a super selection of new Hondas and a super experience? The Norm Reeves Honda Superstore. Start with super value when you sell us your vehicle. Then choose from one of the largest Honda inventories in Southern California. Every new Honda is backed by our exclusive price protection guarantee. Which states, if you can find the same new Honda for less within 5 days, Norm Reeves will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. Plus, our friendly team makes car buying effortless and enjoyable. Hurry in for super selection and a super experience during the Norm Reeves 4th of July event. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reeves Honda Superstore locations in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Plus, we're now open in Vista. Shop online at normreeves.com.
After Global Honda and Vehicle Sales 2020.
Because I called 1-800-WEST-MEDICAL.
Live and local.
KFI AM 640.
iHeart radio station.
KFI AM 640. Wednesday, June 23. One of the aspects or sidebar stories of COVID is, for the first time, government, which is always short of money. There's never enough money in a budget to do insert name of program here. Well, this time around, the government, the state, counties, municipalities, have more money than they know what to do with. And one of the programs in which they have, well, relative to this story, is too much money. And how is that possible? Well, California school districts have received an unprecedented windfall for teaching, for setting up various programs, bringing the schoolroom back to pre-pandemic, the circumstances pre-pandemic environment. And we're talking billions of dollars, the state and federal dollars, to spend on programs to help students catch up on learning they lost. And we talked about the learning they lost, which is astronomical. Big argument as to repeating the school year, which I'm in favor of. But the problem is even worse than that. And that is, even though there's money to pay for all this, there aren't teachers to accept the money. CalSTARS, the California State Teachers Retirement System, reported a 26% increase in the number of teacher requirements. Teachers are leaving like crazy. Now, there's always been a shortage of STEM teachers. Science, technology, engineering. Well, it wouldn't be engineering in grade school, but science teachers, English as a second language, teachers who spoke Spanish, special needs teachers, there was always a shortage of those. Now the shortage is so acute that the money that is sitting in bank accounts can't be spent. The school districts don't know what to do, and you know what the answer is going to be? I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to return the money.